गुरुभ्यों नमः दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः. Today's topic is on food, which I wanted to cover from last few days. I was thinking how to go about it. I gathered the information not only from Bhagavad Gita, also from Ayurveda, and also from general good books. You might have seen so many articles on the food, but this is a simple presentation from the Vedic literature. You try to appreciate these things. Without food we cannot live, that all everybody knows. But what type of food, when to take and how to take, all those things are not properly explained. And today's lifestyle is very alarming. People are taking all type of food in all times, and the principles of mitahara, satvikahara, that is not followed. The gap between the timing between the meals is also not followed, and cleanliness is not followed. The various things are there, and it is causing a lot of problems, health problems, mental problems, and the health cost of health is becoming very big issue nowadays all over the world. And why not we follow? You look at our grandparents, my grandfather, all those people lived for 94, above 90. They never went to any doctor. They were only taking one meals. Ekabhukti yogi, dvibhukti bhogi, tribhukti rogi, they say it. A yogi means whoever wants to follow a high level of meditation practices and yogic way of life, he should have only meals one time. Actually, I have developed a particular point. The food, that quantity that is required. One Swami was there who was telling, it is like karapatri. Whatever the quantity that you can take in this particular one, that much quantity only one should take. That is suffice, not more than that. Anyhow, I will coming to on food. 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita covered 3 important slokas. 17th chapter 8th sloka speaks about sattvic food. What it says is Ayush, Bal, Arogya, Sukh, Pritivardhanam, Rasya, Snigdha, Sthita, Hrajya, Ahara. These are sattvic ahara. What does it mean? I will put it a diagrammatic way so that you can remember it also, audio, vision. A person of sattvic nature likes to eat food that prolong life, purify one's inner being, give strength, health, happiness, satisfaction. Such foods are juicy, wholesome, pleasing, and they are juicy, oily, stays some time, and result is strength, happiness, health. These are available in vegetables, nuts, and salads. Sattvic foods are easy to digest, and naturally it promote health, and it is conducive for you to take up meditation properly. Forget about that also. You will have good sleep, you will have good body, and mental stamina will increase, and you will, whatever endeavor you are trying, whether it is office or anything also, you will have a better stamina. Equanimity also will be there. You don't lose temper also, because the food, I wanted to tell you, food is responsible for your behavior also. If you take rajasic food, you will be very active, and if you take very, very spicy food, you may become little angry, excitement, and kind of things. You may do or undo, overdo, kind of things like that. Tamasic means you will be again lazy also. So the food matters, your behavior also. So I need not have to overemphasize, but we have to try to do a balance at least. Second is, this is about 17th chapter, 8th sloka. Then about Rajasic food. Rajasic food, again I will draw a diagrammatic picture presentation. This is very bitter, sour, strong, hot, spicy salt. This spicy salt is really dangerous issue. On that I will cover shortly, separately, right now. The result is unhappiness, misery, disease, and thirsty you feel it. What the sloka says, we are interested in what the Bhagavan Krishna, Katva, Amla, Lavanadi, Ushna, Tisha, Ruksha, Vidihina. These foods are, they cause distress. They cause distress, misery and disease. These things are liked by Rajasic. Actually, there is a statement which you must have heard also. Sreyaha, Preyaha. Preyaha means it is very interesting and likable when you are taking at the time. Sweet, it is very sweet. If you take too much sweet, what will happen? If you take a lot of samosa, what will happen? It will be very interesting in the beginning, but later on it causes problem. So, Sreyaha means in the beginning it looks not very much interesting. If you are taking milk or any just for fruit without any masala, you may feel dull. But in the end, it will be easy to digest and it will increase your strength. So in the beginning it may not be interesting, but later on it is good to you. They are known as Sreyaha. Shreyas, they are doing Shreyas. Priyam means only Priyam. Pickles will give you Priyam, but it is not useful to you in the long run. So that is the position of that. Then, most important thing, don't misunderstand about what is 17th chapter, 10th sloka talks about tamasic food. Yatu yamam gata rasam puti puryusitam kayat uttishtam kamejyam bhojanam tamasa priyam. Tamasic people like what they like. Any food that is 3 hours after cooking, then very cold, you are keeping in the fridge and going now. I have seen many times doctors recommend, once you are not well, don't touch fridge. And then a foul smell. I mean, nowadays it became a fashion to keep in the fridge 2 or 3 days also items. And then they are apparently okay, but foul smell will come. Still people, they do not want to waste, so they want to take it. Then after one night, that is very, very important. Overnight, one should not take any food that is leftover what we call it. That is not correct. Somebody's food left out, never ever take it. So these are the things. If you take, what will happen? It will result in laziness, dull, disease, unhealthy. My dear friends, I appreciate if you happen to go to any ISKCON temple also, particularly in America, I have noticed it. They cook a lot. And afternoon, the saints and other people, they take only one time. Evening after 8 o'clock, all that food will be kept outside freely. They do not touch it. People come here, our Indians, they go and take it out and cook it freely available and they keep it in the fridge. Take it. You can understand. They are following the principles of Bhagavad Gita. I appreciate it. So, very honestly to tell you, what I can classify myself about me is, I am a developing yogi. I do not call, I am a 100% yogi. I have been practicing for the last 44 years, Paramahams Yogananda. It is very difficult to follow the things 100%. But once we know what is to be done, and also we know where we are, we make a conscious effort. Every human being who is endowed with reason and thinking, it is a sin, my Guru says, to act unthinking. Unthinking, emotionally, instinct acting, that is the birthright of animals. Once in a way you may be tempted, but I do agree, when good food is provided to you in between, that's okay. Once in a way, okay. My Guru also said, once in a way outside food, okay, but not on a regular basis. So these are the 3 issues. After that, my Guru says, fasting. The importance of fasting cannot be understated. Once in a week, my Guru suggests, observe fast. In fact, he suggests 3 days fast on orange juice. If that is not possible, I honestly say, in Maharashtra I have seen it, the Sankasti. Sankasti means in Krishna Pasham, every month there are Krishna Pasha, Shukla Pasha. Krishna Pasha means the 15 days before Amavasya. The Chaviti day, that is the fourth day, Sankashti is observed. Krishna Pascha Chaviti, we call it. You can look to any Panchang, Almanac, you will come to know. That is Ganesh, in the name of God, to please Goddess, God Ganesha, we observe Sankast. They do not take any food. In the evening, after seeing the moon, they take it. At 10 o'clock it comes. Till the time you may have, they take sagudana sometimes. Sometimes they only liquids only they will be there. Sometimes they do not take anything at all, only with the water. Whenever any problems are there in the house or health wise or kind of whenever you are doing a work, so many obstacles are coming. You want to construct a house or home loan and you could not go about it, whatever it is, you can observe Sankasti will be very powerful. Then if you want to do health wise also, spiritually also, we observe Ekadashi. Vaishnavas, I follow Ekadashi. I respect both Shiva and Vishnu, there is no difference. But still, on Ekadashi I observe. Sometimes on entire one day I could be there fully with water kind of things. But if you cannot do, at least have some fruits and manage orange juice. You can do it. It is all my Guru says, mind over the matter. In the mind, if you think I am okay, it will be there. If your mind says I am going to be dull, I am going to die without food, that will affect your body. So don't be carried away. Your friends and relatives and your wife, they go on telling, oh, you become weak, oh, don't be there, you will be falling. Nothing of that sort. Nothing will happen. You check up with many people the priests who are observing it. Definitely nothing. It is a matter of habit. It is very good. According to the scientific research also, 36 hours of fasting will give the digestive system a power to redevelop itself and become strong. That means a day before the Ekadashi, night also people do not take, or at the most with some fruity things. What happens is next day you are not taking almost the entire day. So 36 hours it becomes. And I take my word, you never feel weak at all. You never feel weak at all. One more instance I will tell you. Of course, slightly, when I was 50, I was going in the train from Bombay to Bangalore. A 70-year-old man came. His daughter-in-laws came to send him off to Bangalore. And he narrated, he was a Jain. He said, I wanted to live long. I checked up with another Jain saint who lived 101 years. He was taking food every alternate day. This gentleman is also following. So the next day for him was fast day because he has taken food that day. I thought he will be very dull. No. Early morning he got up at 4 o'clock and he is very active at all. Nothing will happen. It is a matter of our feelings. In fact, he will be more active. But it takes time. Then what the Ayurvedic principles are talking about this particular food, I have got a chart. There was an article in Times of India long back, maybe 10 years, 15 years back, when we will wake up to the benefits of Ayurveda. It is a Ayurveda, don't take it lightly, it is a Veda. Dhanvantari, the god of Vishnu himself, proclaimed these principles. The saints have followed over the years. In Vishnu Sahasranama it says, Santo Jivanam Parivyavastitaha. That means if you follow the lifestyle of the saints, you will be, Pari means very properly you will be protected. You will have a very good way of life. What the Ayurvedic system says is, I will put it in the chart. If your stomach is 100%, 50% should be solids, 25% liquid, 25% air. Stomach. Why this is means Vishnu Puranam also says the same thing. Scientifically it was explained. After all, the food to be digested, what happens is, if you are doing something in the mixie, pure solids your family members will not keep. Some liquid will be kept so that the medium will be easy to crush it and make it a juicy structure. So the liquid is required to digest the solids, and to churn in the stomach some gap is required. Oxidation principles, it will churn. Some air is required in that particular one, and then digestive process goes fast. So 25%. But generally, jovially to tell you, when our family members cook so nicely and taking so much pain, and so we go on eating till the last drop, till the last grain, we go on filling up the stomach. With the result, there is no space for either the liquids or air, and you will be sleeping, you will be tired. The result is this. But how you can avoid? I have got some, instead of making this kind of comments, I want to give you some practical explanations and helpful suggestions. If you take, somewhere it was mentioned, I am also following. If you take half glass water before going to the meals itself, your stomach is already filled, so your stomach is filled, it is filled to that extent, so that that much amount is reduced. Then last few minutes, when you are feeling, if I can take one more morsel of the food, I'll be happy, stop that. A little hunger will be there left out, some more thing you wanted to eat, at that time purposefully stop it. Though you may think, why I can eat a little more, if you can stop that particular time, and that becomes space oriented issue for your stomach, good for your thing, you make it a point. Otherwise, what happened to me also is, my family members also make a lot of good food, so with the result, I will be sleeping more in the afternoon than I can sometimes, and with the result, all the things which I wanted to do gets postponed. This is the genuine reason. Even for your children or for your spouses, if they are working, out of affection, the family members prepare so nice food and heavy quantity, and they say take, that is counterproductive. Mita aharam, hita aharam. Mita bhashanamu, hita bhashanamu. Mita means little quantity. Hita means whatever is good for you, you take it. It is difficult to this is maybe easy to say, but difficult to practice, I agree. I am also practicing, and my guru says, what type of food should be taken in the morning? Morning you should take a fruity food, that is better. Fruity items, you can make some ideas were given, some oats or some kind of seeds, you may keep it overnight in a water. In the morning you mix with oat milk or along with the nuts, and try to take it in whatever way. Otherwise, whatever food you are taking, small quantity you take it. Mostly easy. One principle is easily digestible in the morning. The afternoon, the principles which I said it, some vegetables, salads you try to take it, because they're juicy, easy to digest. First you take salads. First water, then salads, and then take whatever the chapati, rice, whatever you are taking it, with less oil. That is essential. Oil should not be boiled. Oil should not be there more. I attended a seminar. The doctor was telling, oil per se is not bad, but oil when it is boiled so much, that will turn the amino acids into a kind of difficult amino acids which cannot be digested. That will result into so-called cholesterol. So try to take less fried items. That is what the Asian Institute of Heart in Bombay suggests. Oil, steamy, nowadays people are suggesting steamy cooked items, or very less oiled items, you try to take it. And then in our olden days, either rasam or sambar or buttermilk, they were adding to the liquid content. This is the thing. Then There should be a gap between two meals, 7 to 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours, ideally, 6 to, that you may try to make it. Bhima was suggesting in Mahabharata to a king, you take meals twice, in between don't take anything except water. I'm also trying that I can't say anything more on that. Your age factor also, your health conditions have to be seen. You check up with your doctor, and if nothing, no problem is there, you can do. Uh, then 1 minute. Salt, dinner, sorry, let me say about the dinner. Dinner you should have soup. I didn't say soup in the morning. Soup, how you can make? I was worried how to. I do not know how to do it. And my son helped me a couple of days before. He has taken me to a restaurant. So soup was so nice in the afternoon. I saw in the internet, but I could not understand. My son made a soup for me yesterday. It was so nice. I suggest all of you with the tomato kind of things and rice flour, boil it and put all kind of vegetables. Particularly, my guru says spinach, any leafy items that will help in removing your constipation problems and also easy to digest. And good sleep you will have in the night. You have to have a good filling of stomach is required, but at the same time it keeps you active. This is essential, and I don't have to say leafy vegetable is good to you because iron, other things are also there in that particular one. One more simple suggestion, my guru also says, a balanced food means all daily you check it up, all with type of food is going into your stomach or not. Today you have taken tur dal, another day some other green, some other red item, red gram. So color combination, green vegetables you have taken today, tomorrow tomato, some other radish you have taken some other way, beetroot another color. So different colors also will help because different type of things will have. Some will have potassium. So we do not know. Particularly spicy items like coriander, pudina. Pudina is very much long, lot of explanation was mentioned in the Ayurveda. Pudina never miss it. It is a matter of, in Maharashtrians they follow strongly. Then in the early morning, Maharashtrians they take sprouted things. It's a very good thing. Any so that even I have to develop it. I am thinking I could not do much. I admittedly telling on the YouTube, I have to improve on that particular thing. Then before taking the meals, don't think it is a ritual. There's so many ways of doing prayers to the God are there. What in the 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga, Bhagavan Krishna says, Aham Vaiswanaro Dehamasritaha Pranapana Samayuktam Pachamyannam Chaturvidham. I am Vaiswanara. Vaiswanara is the name of Agni, which is in the stomach. That helps in digesting churning the food and digesting. So you are praying to the God, you help me in digesting the food. You are that prayer you do it, and let the my guru says in English, let me take this food, let it not be unholy, let me not spoil the food with kind of greediness, gulping the food. No, eat slowly, churn it properly. You see the cow how it takes, it churns for half an hour 40 minutes slowly in one corner, because the more you churn and you not only you are doing exercise to the teeth, the saliva in the mouth, they helps in digestion before it goes into that stomach. But nowadays people have no time at all. Very fast they are coming and immediately they are gulping the food. Gulping food is not a good thing, that will add to the problem. But at the same time, Sukha Brahmasram, a Swami was telling, how to take the food means mitahara, means limited food. How you can take? You take little only, but how you have to take is the way with speedily you are coming to the dinner table with a lot of hunger. Ayurveda says only take food when you are hunger. You are coming to the dining table with a lot of hunger, and you should be in a position to get up also in the same way. You eat slowly, no problem. After that, if you have taken heavy food, you will find it difficult even to get up also. That means that itself is the indication that you have taken heavy food. If you take light food, comparatively not very heavy food, you will be in a position to get up easily. That is the indication to you. My friend Chalan, I had the luck to see him. He is a very capable man. practically following, he gave an indication. I appreciated it. What he says is, if you are taking food standing, you are taking 100% of the capacity of the stomach. If you are sitting on a dining table and taking, you are taking 75% of the capacity of the stomach. If you are sitting on the floor, you will only take 50% of the food, because the way you are cross-legged on the thing, the stomach is forced to go up, and so your stomach space is compressed, and so you will have 50% food only. So our ancestors earlier days, there were no dining tables all over India. They were sitting on the floor. You kindly think on this particular thing. I thank Dr. Chelam for talking to me this particular issue. Then after food, most importantly, our Vedas scientific principles, Vajrasan means you have to keep your legs there and stand, just like the Muslims do prayer to the God. In that position, you sit for 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. The food immediately gets digested. That is an indication. And those elderly people, I may suggest at least 100 feet one should walk after the food. Immediately sitting there and watching TV, not a very, taking rest is okay, but at least some amount of walk also is needed. And third thing is, my guru says, cosmic energy you have to depend more than the food itself. Go to in the open air. We have got some energizing exercises my guru suggested. You do some open air exercises. Deep breathe. In the open air you do it, a lot of energy comes, and then that will be useful to you. The most important topic, the food is, because I talk about the food specially, because it is connected to various things also. When I talk, you do mantra, you get up early morning, Brahma Muhurtam, that is possible only if you have a sattvic food. So if you want to go to the office early, if you take heavy food, you can't do it. You can't get good ranking in the school. You can't get pass through in the competitive exams. So these are all connected. We have to, then I had seen a top book in America, and I noted some points regarding the salt. I put it in the form of a chart for your immediate benefit before I talk on that. The salt, if you take excess, what will happen is it pulls out calcium, and also it results in osteoporosis, one of the contributory factors. Not only pulls out calcium from your bones, the other micro elements also it will remove. And what will happen? You feel the salt, if it is more, how you know, judge it is little more or less? The natural food itself will have some salt. So you don't have to put too much further in that particular one. Then how to overcome this particular salt features? The doctor was suggesting, if you take very hot food, immediately cooked, after half an hour if you take, it is very hot, and the vegetables are very fresh and flavored items you have put it, like pudina or dhania, such things you are keeping, a little salt will do, and you don't feel that particular less salt feeling. That is the position. So the doctor was suggesting, though in the beginning it may be difficult for you to follow this less salt regime, if you slowly if you adopt this, your taste buds gets adjusted. And what he was telling is, thousands of my patients got rid of all diseases by following less salt. Then there is another article, a bombshell you may call it, the sugar. The sugar is more dangerous than the salt. It has got the same issues related to that, and you try to take jaggery than the sugar itself. The sugar, if it goes to the teeth, the dental problems will come, and it will very fast, your dental problems you will have it. So the sugar is is a very dangerous thing according to Tattalok magazine of the Sringeri Peetham. So many articles were there on that particular. So you try to, your temptation for sweets should be minimum. That is do with jaggery. Jaggery is good comparatively. Definitely jaggery, if it is in form of mixed with some items, it is good. So that you can try. And there was a naturopathy treatments are there. They follow nature. Nature is the best doctor and the best chef. If you follow the principles of nature, you will not only live long without any diseases. That is important. What is the point of living long without disease, with so many problems? You don't have to spend any paise on the doctors. If you have to, there are some principles. What the Dr. Venkat Rao, he is no more nowadays. He was conducting so many naturopathy classes and treatments in Hyderabad. Even the ministers were going. He wrote a big book. The summary of that particular things, for your benefit, I am putting it here. Eat twice a day. Drink 8 glasses of water. Exercise 1 hour. Fast 1 day a week. Whatever God. Some people follow Ganesh on Tuesday. Some people follow Dashinamurti or Sai Baba on Thursday. And then pray twice a day. That is, these are the essential things. Some breathing exercise is needed. If you are following any guru or any kind of thing, some breathing exercises if you do, your heart will be strong, your mind will be pure, a lot of oxygen you have done it, and mind will be strong enough to tell your body, don't take it. Your body will be tempted to take it. The sense control is the most difficult. The senses, I will give a separate video. You will be tempted, but the mind will tell, no, don't do it. The mind also should not be corrupted. So that is the reason, if you do prayer, your willpower to do the good things will improve. That is the idea. The breathing exercise is essential. That will take care of those things. As I come to the end of this particular one, Brahmajnogi Yajnavalka Smriti. Yajnavalka was a great saint of top order, and he summarized the Vedas. That is known as Smriti. What he mentioned is, food is treated as yajna. It is not, you are the person who is the Brahma, you are the Brahma, the food that is taken is also food, the Brahma that is getting digested is also food. So, how much it, yajna means how you do it to the God. With some respect you do it. So don't spill over the food, don't throw the food down, don't waste the food here. Take fresh food, cook to the extent that is required only, and don't overcook and go on thinking it is a waste of money, and then you eating in the night itself or keeping in the fridge. All these things can be avoided. Take as far as possible fresh food. That is the thing. Then last point, this is the point. Eat to live, don't live to eat. My dear friends, what I have done in my life, Ekadasi I'm following now, and as the age proceeds, you try to reduce your intake also, more on semi-solids and liquids, and try to take nuts, vegetables, salads. Particularly my guru says carrots, almonds, being brain food. The protein is required to the old people. You can go through the food items from the internet, that is not an issue. But whatever you are taking, time is essential. My guru says after 9 don't take the food, because that will not be digested. That will get putrefied in the stomach, and it will have a lot of problems later on, bulging, other things. Whenever I was working in the office also, I was going to the canteen and educating the fellows. They were following my principles. I was putting God's photo, and then asked them to clean properly. Don't spit in the your kitchen area. Go to that particular other places and do everything. I was supplied them specifically